Hi, Exasperated. I think I've got that right. Exacerbated. Anyway, hi, my name's Sammy. And a mutual friend of ours, I saw his video, Marco's. And I guess I really related to what he had to say to you. And I wanted you to know that you're not alone. And this isn't something that just happens to young men. Young women get equally as frustrated by these situations. And I had a chat with Marco, and with his permission, and hopefully you don't mind, I wanted to respond to you and maybe give you another perspective on things as well. As a child, I never saw my father raise his hand to my mother. Never. In fact, I can honestly say I never saw my father raise his hand to anyone. He's very cool and calm and collected. And this is what I'd always grown up around. He's still a very strong man, and even in his 60s, has a lot of respect from people and is still very physically fit. When I was young and married to my husband, our relationship turned violent. Initially, it was just him, but over time, I started to become violent as well in return. Now, I used to justify this with, well, he hit me first, so what's wrong with me retaliating? I'm only defending myself. Or he's an asshole, he deserved it. Believe me, I'm not a little woman. Even when I was younger, I was slim, but I was still quite muscular and tall. And I still have a good right hook. And it's not something that I'm even proud of anymore. I worked out that chairs are an excellent weapon because they're everywhere. Once you know how to use a chair as a weapon, there's my phone going flat. Once you know how to use a chair as a weapon, you become quite a dangerous person because everywhere you go, there are chairs. So I became quite aggressive purely through my interaction with my ex-husband. Now, even after we separated, a lot of that aggression was still there. It was still, a lot of the anger was still there. And there were times when we would be out and I would let my temper get the better of me. As I said, I was young, and I'm not proud of these actions. I'm a different person these days. I'm much more passive. I'm not aggressive. I mean, in some videos on YouTube, I come off as aggressive, but anyone who knows me will tell you I wouldn't hurt a fly. Crikeys, I won't even eat a lamb roast, so what can I tell you? Ways to combat losing control. Okay, I've got to tell you first, it's easy to use that as an excuse. I lost control. You're not an animal. If you know that you're losing control, it's time to take control. And you can say, yeah, that's easy to say, but how do you do it? Myself, I spent a lot of time reading about the Dalai Lama. And now my Skype's going off. It's just typical, isn't it, in the middle of a vlog. So, now I've lost my train of thought. Yes, the Dalai Lama. Now, there are several quotes of his that I'd like to pass on to you. And the first one is meditation is regarding meditation. The best meditation is sleep. Now, what he means by this is, if you, and the way I interpret it is, when I'm getting to a point where I can't meditate anymore, where meditation isn't helping me, it's time to get some sleep. This is a way of your body telling you that you're tired, your brain is tired, you're physically exhausted, you need to recover. I have never gone to bed angry and got up still with that anger as the first thing in my mind. So if nothing else is going to work for you and you're getting to that point where you think you're going to be aggressive, go and lie down, go and get some sleep. You know, I know that this may sound really soft and that you think that it's not going to, you know, you're an aggressive person and that you can't control that and you can't change that. But you can. You really can. Meditation is amazing. It expands your mind. It opens you to new opportunities. It opens new ways of thinking for you. I would highly recommend it. If you want, I can pass you on to some links. The Australian Meditation Society has some free podcasts that you can get. I'll put a link around here somewhere regarding their site so that you can have a look into that. I'm sure there's others in your country as well that are available. I just know what I use. Meditation is about giving your brain time out, giving it a chance to relax, to chill. You're a father now. Don't you want your child to be able to go back and say, in years to come, to say, I never saw my father raise a hand to another person? I know that's what I'm really proud of my dad, that I can say that about him. He is still a strong man, but he is not a violent man. He is a man that is intelligent, that can speak about his feelings, that can release the emotional control and can show that he has control in his life. It is one of the things that separates us from the animals. Don't worry about these. Big deal. Every one of us has these. But being able to control our mind and our actions. I cannot control how I feel, but I can control how I behave. And if you want your child to be proud of you, you need to control how you behave. You're a father now. It's time to set an example. And if you want to have time with your child, you have to prove that you're worthy of it. Now, just being a father, just being the physical sperm donor, doesn't make you a daddy. I know this. My daughter's father isn't part of her life. And that's all he is a sperm donor. She has no respect for him. She knows that he was a violent man. He never made the time for her because he was selfish. And I get the feeling that you're a good man, not a selfish man. And I think that you'll make the right decision. And Marco wouldn't put the time and effort into you if he didn't think the same. You're very privileged to have such a wonderful man like Marco give his time to you. Peace and safe travels to you and yours. Bye, hun.